Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. I'm your editor-in-chief, Jerry Doby, and today I've got the very distinct pleasure of talking with a lioness in the game, empowering women and inspiring women and men from across diverse backgrounds. She's in the 10th year of an amazing event. Her name is Dr. Kim McNair, and she's always spreading the secrets of a girl boss. She's giving advice for women of color in leadership, and she's amazing. 10th year, this is really, really amazing. Congratulations on all the success, and welcome, Dr.
Right.
McNair.
I'm glad to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
So, from the inside looking out, 10 years, longest women's empowerment conference uh, entitled Women on the Move Summit. This is 10th year, as we said. Uh, from the inside looking out, let's talk about Dr. McNair, and then we'll move into like the defining moment that made you jump into this arena.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, as you said, I'm Dr. Kim McNair. I'm resilient. I'm a game changer. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. And I'm definitely a child of God.
Mm.
I tell people that. So I do that in my little introductions a lot of times. But I am, I have a company. I have my own company, KMP, Kim McNair Productions, which is a corporate event planning and marketing firm. So I work with corporations, nonprofit foundations, small to mid-sized businesses, faith-based organizations. That's kind of my niche. I don't do weddings,
Huh.
baby showers, things of that nature. But anything on the corporate level, from conferences, meetings, golf outings, all that good stuff, galas, award shows. That's what KMP does. And I'm also the founder of BWEP, Business Women Empowerment Project, which is my nonprofit organization for women and girls, which started in 2015. And has just been flourishing, which now the Women on the Move Summit falls under. And, it's just a great thing. I have an academy for high school girls. It's called the BWP Leadership Academy, and for girls 12 to 18. So, I'm multifaceted. I got a lot of things going on, but you know what? I keep it decent and in order, and I just kind of stay on the move.
Okay, okay. What was the defining moment for you that made you step into this? Because this is much needed, and
Mhm.
10 years, some people, folks are listening, obviously.
Right. Well, for me, as a woman in business, I started after coming out of the modeling industry and I relocated to Florida. I saw a lot of things I wasn't used to there because I come from bright light, big city, and
Right.
I'm like, okay, where the people at? What you doing? And it was more, of course, the tourism and things of that nature. So it gave me an opportunity to really dive into something that I was always curious about. And I took $500, booked me a ballroom, and I put on my first event, and it has grown. I'm 30 plus years in the business now,
Wow.
but in the work and the time it took to get to where I am now, there wasn't a lot of opportunities for women, Black women. Okay. So, we had, of course, I tell people I had my peak and my peak and my valley moments. I've had times where things were like, okay, this door is shutting, this door is shutting. But because of my background and being in the entertainment industry as a model, you get some, you lose some, right? Some people say, no, you're not the fit. They say, okay, thank you for coming to the audition, but you keep going. So that helped me to be able to, when I transition into being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, all that I learned back then has helped me to be able to stay the course, to understand that sometimes you got to re-strategize. Sometimes you got to kind of change the game a little bit, go back and maybe rebrand some things and keep going. So as I continued to grow, and then I relocated here to Atlanta in '07, again, boots on the ground trying to make it happen. But I kept seeing the same thing. Women are trying to do business, trying to get things going, but they did not have a platform. So that's what I said, okay, this is what I need to be in. If this is what's needed, because you need to see what the needs are. A lot of people want to start business, do this, but it didn't need that. Is that needed? Well, how is it going to grow? Where's the longevity in it? You need to do your SWOT analysis. You need to look at everything that you're doing. So when I saw that there was a lot of women, Black women, especially, and there's some Hispanic women as well, that did not have a platform for people to hear about their products, services, or anything. I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put together a summit where we can come together and also learn something from those women who are already sitting in those seats. So I have top executives, people that are in Fortune 500 companies to come. And I say, now what I need you to do is share with these women the secret sauce. Tell them, let them know all the things. If they want to move up the ladder in corporate America, give them the things that they need, the tools to use to navigate in that space. I have women that are in male dominant industries. How did you get to be the VP? Well, she's going to be able to tell you how to do that. And so the women that come, I say, okay, you better come with be ready to write, take some notes, get some good nuggets. You might get a mentor, but you need to ask some questions.
Right.
So that you can get the things that don't come in, just sit around and just, you better be finding out what you need to do to grow your business, your brand, and yourself.
Indeed. A lot of us come in, or a lot of people start looking at books and projects and careers and saying, I'm going to do this and expect it to happen within 20 or 30 days, when actually a lot of times in this business, it's 10 years to become an overnight success. So
yes,
it may take longer than you think. During the Woman on the Move Summit, some of the things that you share are like key points to a successful path in entrepreneurship. Can you highlight a few of those without giving everything away?
The key path to entrepreneurship, for first and foremost, you got to trust and believe in yourself. That's the number one key. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to know that it's going to be you're going to be taking some risks. You got to be fearless. You cannot be in an entrepreneur space and be fearful. Oh, I'm scared. I don't know if that's going. No, you got to trust and believe in your brand. You got to trust and believe that you got the abilities to do what you need to do. And if you don't, go perfect your craft and come back and get going. But sometimes you can kind of do it alongside of what you're doing. But again, that's number one key to being an entrepreneur. You got to be fearless. All right. And then again, when you're talking about being a leader, everybody wants to be a boss. I'm a boss. I'm the boss of this. Really? But let me explain. Let me break down what boss means to me. It's building opportunities strategically for success, because you can't do it alone. You need to have a team. So you need to be building that team, making sure the opportunities are there, strategically pulling it together so that we all can succeed. But people don't look at that. They just want to be a boss. I'm a boss, babe. I'm a boss this. I'm the, baby, wait a minute. Okay, while we pull these things together, let's make sure the foundation is laid and the layers are there. If you have employees and you're trying to meet payroll and do this and do the different things you need to make sure your team is aligned with what the mission is and what needs to be happening. And then you need to also have those times where you can have those mental health days. You figure how people, remember over the years, I know people be stressed out at work. Oh my God, it was so much going on. Because mental health, we were functioning with mental health, Jerry. That's what we was doing work. We were doing we was out here building these businesses with all that going on. And now you got mental health day. You can take a mental health day off. Oh wow. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that. We couldn't mental nothing. You better get in here and do what you got to do and deal with that later. But now things are a lot different because it's important that we do. And mentally, another key thing is a key point in being an entrepreneur, you have to mentally be ready for the challenge. Because again, you're going to be up here some days, and some days you're going to be down here. And you got to mentally be ready to walk through that storm, to continue moving. Because when you fall, failure is just a part of what it's just going to happen in the business. But how you react to that, are you going to just fall and just let it go? Or are you going to be like, okay, you got me right now. I'm going to get back up like Muhammad Ali. I'm going to get back up. Okay.
There it is.
We're going to shake and bake. We're going to shuck and jive. You got to get back up there and get back in the game, baby. Don't fall out. Don't fall out. Get back in the game. But it may take you making some changes, strategizing some things, maybe rebranding what you're doing, because as we live in the age right now, we didn't have all this back in the day. You didn't have internet, and the way everything is going with social media is changing all day long, and you have to be ready to adapt to the change.
Yeah,
and what you're doing,
it is insane. what we are dealing with
Yes,
this day and
absolutely.
age. You know what I mean? I just look at it and I'm going, how do you navigate? First of all, being a person of color,
Uh-huh.
then
Uh-huh.
on top of that, being a woman,
Mm-hmm.
y'all so complicated to navigate.
No, we're not. We, you
No,
know
no, no,
what?
no,
We're
no.
natural
That's not an
providers, though. We're
accusation against you.
nurturers.
I'm saying you all situation is so
Okay.
difficult to navigate from so many angles. You
Mm-hmm.
know, not that was not an accusation about y'all. Look,
Okay.
I ain't stupid enough to say that on a recording. No matter what I might think, I was raised with 9 sisters and a mother. I
Oh,
am 60 years old.
beautiful family.
I survived. I should have said 9 sisters and a mother. And now I'm not stupid enough to say nothing like y'all problem is I'm not ever. No, no,
Good.
no. That's like attacking a comedian like Steve Harvey or
Oh
something.
gosh. Oh
No,
good. Oh
forget
Lord, you
about
don't
it.
want no backlash. You don't need that.
I
Oh
don't
God.
need no drama.
On
No,
you all night long.
I am, Thursday, September 21st at the Porsche Experience Center
Yes.
uh, in Atlanta, Georgia, is the 10th anniversary of your event. It is a benchmark that many don't often achieve.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
And you know, 10 years of collaboration. I'm stealing this from your site, right? 10 years of collaboration, connecting, and creating excellence
For women on the move.
for women on the move.
That's right, because that's what we do, Jerry. We collaborate. If you're in the service industry, you're collaborating as a magazine owner. You're collaborating with your photographers, with your graphic people. You're collaborating. There's collaboration there. You got sales. You may barter some stuff, whatever, how it goes. But there's collaboration is there. So it's all about collaborating. Because sometimes, they said if you're trying to go fast, go by yourself. If you're trying to go far, you go with you need more people. You need a group. It's you come as a team. So collaboration is a benefit. A lot of people, it's not about competitions and your database is yours, mine is mine. But we're gonna collaborate on this, and it's gonna give me more exposure on your side and your side on my side. And then you're connecting. We're gonna, you connect, and when you're connecting, you're building those blocks. They're coming together. All the pieces are coming together as you're growing your brand, right? And then you come together also to create something amazing. You'll come out with something like, wow, I didn't even know I could. What? We came together, we collaborated, we connected, and we created something that was amazing. And that's where that comes from. Those 3 C's. That's what I do. I'm collaborating, I'm connecting. There's power in the connection. So networking is big for me. I got to connect with this one, that one, that one. All right. And then I got to create those relationships that's going to allow me to grow. People, that relationships is the number. That's it, right? You can network all day long. You ain't got no
Okay.
relationships. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. You
It's a
get
wrap.
nothing achieved. Nothing achieved. You're like, oh, play my ish. And you just send a link and never said hello, never
Nothing.
followed up.
No follow. Oh, the follow-up game is. Oh, a lot of people don't realize that's very important. And customer service is important. A lot of people getting away. You see, people complained about it all through the pandemic. Where's the customer service? And then when people are trying to come back, you're like, what happened? What's going on? In the business that I'm in, that is numero uno. Okay, you have to make sure. So those are things that I press upon. That's when you get me, that's what you're getting. My clients know what they're dealing with. And again, when they come to the summit, they're gonna come and they're gonna be treated with kindness. They're gonna be hello, good morning, how you doing? There ain't gonna be no coming in there tomorrow. Good morning, how are you? Welcome to the Women on the Move Summit. Do you know where you're sitting? You're gonna go over here. Okay, we're gonna just shower them with love and get them all excited and empowered because they're getting ready to learn and get some things that they didn't have before. I want them to leave full. I want them to be like, whoa, I can't wait to get out here and put this stuff to work. And then we're going to have some fun. You know, some of the ladies have registered for the Porsche Drive experience. They're going to get out on that track. Oh my God. And be like, oh my gosh. Okay. They're going to do that. That's going to be a wow factor. And they're going to continue to learn. And then I got a surprise for them at the end of the day. We're going to have a fireside chat with actress, director, producer, Terry J. Vaughn, a good friend of mine. We're going to sit down and chop it up. And we ain't going to talk about the movies. We're going to talk about what it takes to make a movie. All right, the business side of that. People think they just see the screen like, oh, wow, Do you know what it goes into doing that? The business aspect of it, the financial aspect of putting something together, bringing the right people together. That is a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
And, people, and then I want to talk about work-life balance with her because, working and you got your family, that's important to a lot of women because they're trying to deal with it too. Time management. So those are some things, but we're going to have a good time with that. I want to make sure everyone's celebrated. We're celebrating together, because we made it. We did it. It's all of us. You in the room. We're going to have a good time.
Okay. So the focus, this year's theme for the Woman on the Move Summit is redefining success. Everybody has, maybe a preconceived notion or a certain benchmark in their journey that they say, okay, I've made it.
Mm-hmm.
When did you recognize that the Woman on the Move Summit was playing a key role in businesses, some of the success stories that you started to hear, and that you had found your niche? Do you remember?
Well, I remember April, and I asked her, she moved and she said she's going to come. But this young lady named April came to my very first summit, and she was doing business out of a van. She had a van, and when she was there, and she was doing her services out of this van. And her coming to the summit that following year, she was in a brick and mortar. She got so much information and got so motivated to where she took that step, that leap, to saying, you know what, I can do this. I trust and believe enough in myself to open up a building. And that's what she did. And it was amazing. And I had her come back and share that. I had a couple of ladies that have come together, Terry. Okay, I'm throwing out names, but we were able to collaborate and do some business together. And it was when I hear stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what we wanted. That's what we needed. We needed people to come together. We needed people to, to redefine and look at how they're going to do things differently. And the redefining it, we got to redefine everything after what we just shut down the whole world. Now we're coming back. We are back. Some people aren't. Some people trying to refigure it out. Okay, and that's where we are. Let's just pull it together. We can do this. And even though they're saying, the different things, I don't think I pray to God that we'll never shut down like we did before.
Yeah.
Ever again. Now, we just, if you got to get your shots. Hey, when I was a little girl, I used to have to go to the nurse and get my little vaccine. Remember the vaccine? We had to get our shot, get the little drip in our mouth and go back to class. So, I wasn't scared when they said, I know everybody was like, oh, these vaccines, they putting this in us. They're going to do this stuff. They start talking about, oh, they're going to put this stuff, I was like, okay, well, I got to trust and believe in the Lord. I got to know that, shucks, hey, Obama and Michelle did it. We all going together. I'm going to get my shot.
I took one of those, the single dose vaccination.
Okay. How'd it go?
I'm still here.
Hey, I did the two. I did two and a booster. And I did the booster because I was going to Africa last year. I just wanted to make sure I was good, right? But yeah. I didn't have any side effects to where I was sick or anything. I was like, wow, thank you, Jesus. But I think it gave us all a wake-up call to take care of ourselves, because it really was attacking people who had a lot of underlying conditions that they didn't even know. Some people didn't know they had some of those underlying conditions, right? And it really, so it woke a lot of people up on like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm up on it. Maybe I need to go to the doctor. Maybe I just need to walk every day. I need to look at what I'm eating, and stuff like that. So I think it was a wake up call for those who are still here. And people are more conscious right now on what they're doing to stay here.
Hey, look, we've seen it over the last year, even elite athletes, the Olympian young lady, Olympian, what, she's 34, dropped
Oh
it.
yeah.
You're
Mhm.
like, what? Now, this is an elite athlete who's doing pretty much everything they possibly can to be in optimum physical health and,
Yes, sir.
all that mental health as well as part of, the USA, Team USA. Look, it can happen to anybody. So
It
why
happened.
help it out? It's coming anyway. It ain't got to come tomorrow. You
I
got
know
to
that's
push it.
right.
Like, we ain't got to push it.
Don't push it, man.
Yes. So I took mine, through the military, we were eligible for the single shot. And yeah, I wasn't.
I did fine. So I was good. I mean, I know
Yeah.
there was a lot of naysayers. You have people talk. You got to make a decision for yourself, and
Yes.
you got to think about that in business too. You
Yes.
have a lot of naysayers. You got to stop telling everybody your secrets. Keep your dreams, your dreams. Get you a journal and write it down and keep it close to yourself. And when they hear it and see it, it's like, bam! Oh my gosh, I didn't even know. No, you wasn't supposed to know.
No.
But again, even once you get there, you got these naysayers. Oh, you think that's what you should do? You think that's what? I don't know if you should do that. Don't. You need to get in your quiet space with the Lord and say, look, and let him tell you what you need to do, okay? And you'll know, because I say this, I'm telling you, Jay, I tell women this all the time. Obedience is your success. Obedience is success. If you're obedient, if you're walking in the will of God, if you're being obedient and doing what you need to do, believe me, everything you need is going to be added to you. It's coming your way. That's just how I live. That's what I live by. You're going to know if what you're doing is right or wrong, and you got to look at it like, now, when they had that shirt out, what would Jesus do? That's what he's telling you. Now you're going to do. Is that what he do? You better think about what is that really what you want to do? It was like, trying to let you know, come on now, think about what you think about. Think about what you think about. If you're thinking about all that, that's what you're going to be doing all that. But think about what you think about. And no, I don't think that's right. We talked about telling the truth, living in your truth, being truthful to someone. How hard it is to tell someone the truth, but I'd rather tell you the truth and you just be mad at me. And then down the road, you're going to be saying, I'm so glad you let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just living in the right now, but you got to be truthful within yourself as well. And that's just how life should be. I used to tell you, oh, tell that little white lie. I just told a little white lie. That was just like the serpent that went in the Garden of Eden and told Eve, go on and eat the apple. You ain't going to die. You surely won't die. That's why she ate it. Oh, okay. I ain't gonna die. I'm eat this doggone apple.
God. Look here. I appreciate everybody's philosophy. And obviously there are tons of people who do, because during this 10-year run that you've had with Women on the Move Summit, you've even attracted some, corporate sponsors that are known to be great corporate citizens. You got Georgia Power, Kroger, which is a national brand, AARP, the Silver Hair Alliance. And then, of course, you got, your luxury brand Porsche, who steps up. So that's saying something positive, that, corporations can get behind your message and the movement. And,
absolutely.
So I don't want you to give away your trade secrets, but I would say that in my evaluation, you put work clothes on your dreams and went to work.
Oh, yes.
You and your business were the construction site. You built it up from the foundation, put the walls in, the beams, the strap, everything. And
drywall, all that.
Everything. And now people want to come and rock with your building, what you've built. And so congratulations.
Thank you.
That your business has attracted other strong business, billion-dollar businesses, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
to back your play.
And it goes back to relationships, Jerry. That's all it is. It was all relationships. When I started, Georgia Power was the first company to get behind me, because they saw, I don't know how they saw something in what I said, but they're out here. They were looking, they could see that there was a shift or something coming. When I started talking about women empowerment and women coming together, it wasn't popular 10 years ago, not like it is now. It was not like this, but they saw a need for the community that I was serving. They saw the need, because they are a male dominant company. They had a lot of women in there, and some that, that was moving around and doing things, but they saw a need and saying, this is a brand that we might want to connect with because of what they're doing in the community. So I started only in the southeast, the south area of Atlanta. South Metro is where I built my relationship from before I got to where I am now. I can go downtown and go to corporate. I've actually held one of these summits at the Georgia Power corporate office in downtown Atlanta because that was one of their. I would say, well, what we want to do next year? I said, I would love to do the conference in here in your big auditorium right here in this building, and they did that. And I was like, and it was so. I was like, for real. I was, because you're having those conversations, but you also got to bring something to the table. Everybody going with their hand out. Give me this. What do you bring to the table? They have to see the value in what you're doing. So I make it a point to make sure throughout the year and what I'm doing that they're involved, or I'm inviting them out, or I'm letting them, that kind of stuff. They see what I'm doing and what we can do together in the community. You know what? I have this coming up. Why don't you guys come out? I got a couple of seats here. I got, whatever. You got to build that relationship. What can I do for you? Is there something you have coming up? I would love to volunteer. What? Oh, really? Yes. So again, people are they don't see that. Oh, I'm a boss. Remember, I'm that boss. I'm not gonna, you want me to volunteer, George? But yes, I will. What y'all need me to do? You need me to hand out some papers, check some people in. That, you know how far that then took me. So again, humble yourself. I'm a servant leader. Don't be so high and mighty. It's okay.
Stop stealing my phrases. I was gonna say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stop
it!
I was getting ready to say she's a servant. I'm like, okay. Just took my little. Okay, fine. Continue on, Dr. McNair.
No, but that's it. It's about relationship building. For the last since I don't know how many years it's been. Let's see, it's got to be at least 7 or 8 years. I volunteer every year for the Mayor's Ball right here in Atlanta. Now that's a hot ticket. That's one you want to get in. That's where everybody, all the people you want to connect with, they in the building. So okay, y'all need some help. Y'all need me. Well, Kim. I would love to do that, but it puts me in the space I need to be in, baby. And building those relationships and building those contacts, and then better networking than ever.
Yep.
But people look at you. Oh, you volunteered. Oh yeah.
Those small 2-minute conversations that you have while you're doing your volunteer function with those people who want to know, first of all, why are you in the building? And then what are you doing?
Okay. Yes. But they see you every year. And it's like, I've been doing it. It's like, oh, Kim, hey, what's going on, girl? And then they've seen me in other settings, and they've seen me work with these other corporate companies that I work with. And they've seen the brand. They see what I'm doing. Girl, I love what you're doing in the community. What you're doing with the girls this year. All of that stuff. And it's like almost now, it's like a reunion for me when we're there, to see Andy Young and his wife, and it's like every year we're seeing it. It's like it's just building that tribe, that community, and it becomes a point where sometimes like if you get to a situation where you might want to pick up that phone. First of all, can we do lunch? Let's get together and just have some coffee, a tea, and you can have a conversation and talk about what you're doing, and let them say, well, how can I help you? Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? That's my relationship right now with the corporate company. And I ain't gonna put their name out here yet. I'm gonna leave it close to the cup. But I mean, they all over the world. They big. But I tell you one thing, they have opened many, many doors for Kim McNair because of the fact that doing what I'm doing, networking, and then saying, hey, can we just sit down and have a cup of coffee? And then once okay, now I know. Now they're in situations, you need to call Kim. That's who you need to call to do this. Oh, you need this going on, and sitting on boards and saying, okay, these foundations, knowing that they have to do corporate events, fundraiser events, you need to call Kim McNair. She'll take care of that for you. And then the phone rings like, hi, how you doing? We were told to give you a call. I want to know if you can meet with us to talk about an event. And I'm like, okay, great. Who told? Baby, that's the best. What else could you have? That is a blessing from God. But you got to understand the fundamentals of doing business. Don't be so high and mighty that you can't be right here. It's okay. We all started somewhere, right?
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, I'm done. I'm done.
You know, I wasn't gonna rush you. I'm gonna let you teach.
You gonna let me teach?
I
That's
was
what this
gonna let
other
you
lady
teach.
asked me about.
We
Do I
good.
teach
I mean,
teach
look,
some classes? But people
you
need to know. That's all.
yeah, I mean, look, you guys need to head to the conference.
Come on to the summit, baby.
Come go to the conference. This lioness, and I don't mean to compare you to an animal. I'm talking about the attitude that you're going out and helping to provide for your family of sisters.
That's right.
Men too can learn. It's like if we just sometimes be quiet and watch what the women are doing and copy them, shit gonna go all right. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
have
I'm
some
just
men coming to
saying
the
though.
summit. I got some men coming. I got some men coming as well. It's
Yeah,
open to all everyone. But you know, we I'm highlighting the women. I'm a woman. Somebody said, "Why you do stuff for women all the time?" I said, "Well, I'm a woman, and I mean, I know, you know, and then the
it's a
business
unique story.
aspect of it. So I want to help them. I'm an advocate for women in business. If I can help a sister along the way, okay, give them some advice or say, look, this is who you need to go see. Okay, this is how you need to do that. I don't mind. It's not going to take anything from me. I'm sowing the seed. I'm pouring into what you're doing. I think back and I think, and I'm going to say this, I know for when I started my business, there was two men, Jerry, men. Okay. When I
Mhm.
started doing it, my event planning company started to grow. And people said, hey, she know how to get a lot of people together. She's got people coming to her events. What's, you know, wonder if she can do this for me. And this promoter, the first one, Marvin Webster out of LA, he used to do all the plays that used to come across, all the gospel plays that used to travel on tour. And when he would come into the Orlando, Central Florida market, he was looking for someone to help with some marketing, street promotions, get out there and, you know, make sure people know to come out to sell out them shows. He sent me somebody down here to show me the ropes, and we were selling out ever since. But he saw something in this little black girl right here that he saw. She's a hard worker. She wants to do this. She can do this. And I just need to give her a little molding. And that was it. I worked for him for many years before I met him. And then the other one I know you know is Walter Latham, who was over the Kings of Comedy and Def Comedy. Walter Latham, Kim, I need what? Okay, yes, sir. And I mean, we worked together on the Def Comedy Jam tour. I worked on the Kings of Comedy, and then when it got ready to do the movie, sure, we were number 3 in the box office. I worked on that too, and then there go the phone. I worked with Bernie Mac, and when he did his tour, you got to call Kim McNair when you go into Orlando. I worked with Bernie Mac for 3 years coming through Orlando as his local promoter. They taught me how to do radio buys, everything. So, you know, Jamie Foxx on his course tour, coming into the market, call Kim McNair. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's how it went. But these brothers saw something in me to teach me something I could not have learned in nobody's textbook. I couldn't have learned in nobody's class.
Yeah.
Okay. And I appreciate that. So that's why I'm the way I am, because someone did it for me.
Okay. Well, you know, you're doing plenty for other folks. You got women focused resources, master classes, and of course, for our young ladies, the Leadership Academy. Amazing 3 major initiatives, you know, come from BWEP Incorporated under the leadership of Dr. Kim McNair. Look, the 21st of September in Atlanta, Women on the Move Summit, 10th annual now. At the Porsche, little Porsche, not little nothing, Porsche Center. Dang.
The Porsche headquarters, North America, baby.
Porsche
It's here in
headquarters
Germany.
of North America.
Yes.
So she's not only bringing you metaphorical gems and educational gems, she put you in the lap of luxury where if you're not motivated, you wasted your money, your time, and hers too, because you haven't learned anything. Go to those places with an open mind, open heart, ready to go, and you know, start the next phase of your mission. And Dr. McNair and her crew can make a path for you, help you define your path, your messaging,
Absolutely.
et cetera. It's a full rounded. Ladies, please take advantage. Look, all right. Now you've been interviewed by pretty much everybody there, cat, uncle, and dog, right? So is there a question we in the media haven't asked you that you've always wanted to address?
Excuse me. A question that I haven't been asked that I wanted to address. I don't know.
You know, we ramble on about whatever it is. There might be something, a part of your media messaging that we might not have touched on that you wanted to get out. And now would be a great time.
Oh wow. I can't. You got me on that one. Oh, I don't let people get me too much. Something I've never.
You didn't have a choice. You talking to like you had a choice. You don't let people get me too.
Oh,
I've been doing this for 20 years.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Oh, what? There's something that I've never been asked. I've been asked a lot of stuff.
Well, something that you've always wanted to cover. Is there a tidbit that you wanted to cover that maybe we have glossed over, neglected?
I think we talked about almost everything. My thing is always just telling people just to trust and believe in themselves. That's it. I mean, you can achieve anything you want in life. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, they let doubt seep in, and when that doubt comes in, it destroys everything. So, you know, my whole thing is just making sure that I'm encouraging you to encourage yourself and someone else, you know, to be able to grow and do what you need to do. I don't get into a lot of personal questions, so you know, I'm glad you didn't ask that. Kids, family, and all that good stuff, because that ain't. Look, I learned from Diana Ross. We leave that all to the side.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with
you know what I'm saying? But I no, I think we covered. I mean, I can't think of anything I haven't been asked that I wanted to share. My biggest thing is listen, live, learn, and love. Okay, live life to the fullest, learn what you need to learn, and love yourself and what you do.
That's what it is. Dr. Kim McNair, Black Women's Empowerment Project, 10th Annual BWEP Summit, the Women's Empowerment Project having their 10th Annual Summit in Atlanta at the headquarters of Porsche. Sister Girl is doing her thing. The Pied Piper is playing a beautiful song, and she's leading women to success, men too, you know, who are willing to learn. Last question, and then I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
What was the biggest surprise about the business of putting on a summit of this nature and stature?
The biggest surprise was when the biggest surprise for me was when you have a corporate entity that's reaching out to you to want to be a part of what you're doing. That is like, oh, whoa, you've seen that? You sure? I had another surprise, and I can give you another one. Last year, I had a table full of magistrate judges, all Black female judges. I said, who running the court today? I had the head of the magistrate court and all the rest of them judges in the building. Why? Because you know they in there behind with them robes on all day long, and things are going on. You don't think they want to learn and know and build what they have going on? That was the biggest surprise when I got a phone call from Clayton County Court, you know, saying, "Hey, you know, Magistrate Judge Keisha Wright Hill wants to get a table at your summit." What? Okay. All right, those were surprising moments. You know, you're thinking like, well, what? Why they want to come here? But then again, you know what? Why not? Why not? And that was amazing. So those things have been really surprising and amazing for me, to be able to have people to reach out and say, hey, you know, we want to be there. How can we be in the room? What do we need to do? And it's like, okay, we're gonna make it happen. Let's do what we need to do. Let's get it. You know, Kim Fields has been at the summit. You know, I mean, it's people that have come. I mean, have come because again, there's an entrepreneurial side to what they're doing. They still want to learn, but then they want to be around like-minded people that are trying to make a difference, trying to move along and move up. So that's it for me, Jerry.
All right. Okay. Women on the Move, Georgia. Look, you want to find out more, go to bwepinc.org and take a look at all the programs and initiatives that Dr. McNair is helping to ignite, and she should be celebrated.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hope you come back again.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Invite me back. I'll be back.
Well, sometimes I scare people. I don't know.
Oh,
I'd be crazy.
Oh no, fearless. I told you, fearless.
Yeah. All right, fearless. All right. Oh, yeah.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.